But for most of us, Lena Zavaroni was the child star who had come to represent the perils of finding fame so young.
If they could see me now, that little girl.
Lena Zavaroni, one of the greatest talents I think we had in this country, you know, a Judy Garland of her day.
Lena Zavaroni was a lovely, innocent girl with the most amazing vocal talent. She had almost an adult's voice in the body of a child.
She had something unique. She was a typical wee lassie who made it really big. She didn't realise how good she was at the time.
Lena came from the Scottish island of Bute, where her parents ran a fish and chip shop.
From the very beginning, Lena was talented, and it was a natural talent. And she was singing, oh God, I think that she was singing before she could walk, actually.
In 1974, a moment came along that was to change Lena's life forever when she made her first appearance on Opportunity Knocks.
She won it, I think, for 4 or 5 weeks. She was enjoying every minute of it. The funny thing is, she's making eyes at me. She absolutely hated that song. She did not like it.
But the public loved it. The song was a top 10 hit, and Lena moved to London to live with her agent. Lena's star was soaring. She appeared in Las Vegas alongside Frank Sinatra. And in 1976, she performed for the Queen Mother. Two years later, 14-year-old Lena teamed up with Bonnie Langford to star in their own show.
We became great friends. We used to go shopping together in Brent Cross, and then we did television shows together, and it was as simple as that. Things were different for Lena because she was away from home and I wasn't. And in a way that brought us together because we had this normality in our work, difference in our home lives, but balanced each other out.
I'll never forget, there was a song, the old Hollies hit, The Air That I Breathe, that would almost bring me to tears now watching it. It was just superb.
17 Jill, go to sleep. Sometimes all I need is the air that I breathe and to love you.
I shall always remember Lena because she would win any talent show now. This was absolutely a supreme voice.
But despite her huge success, Lena found her teenage years difficult to cope with.
Now, what's all this diet bit?
I came up to London, and of course I went on TV and I looked too fat. So I just had to go on a diet. I mean, I was all fat and they could get nothing to fit me to go on stage.
Lena was eventually diagnosed with anorexia nervosa.
A lot of young people find it very difficult to grow up in any world, and we will all adopt different phobias or challenges in our lives. And for Lena, she decided that her strength and her control in her life was to not eat.
In 1982, Lena's illness hit the headlines. Her health was deteriorating and her career had ground to a halt. But what was at the root of her anorexia? Was the pressure of being a star just too much for a child to bear?
If I could use my hindsight and I thought that Lena was going to become anorexic, I would have never thought for a minute, no way I would think of putting her into show business.
To hold the world together, make it happen.
Lena Zavaroni never managed to overcome her anorexia or depression. In 1999, the nation's favourite child star died of pneumonia, aged just 35.
The thing that saddens me about that is that people remember Lena Zavaroni more for her problem with anorexia than for her absolute talent, which was this brilliant, brilliant ability to sing and this wonderful voice, and it's a shame we can't hear it now.
She enjoyed making people happy. And I think that was one of her main points, in her life, to make people happy and see them laughing and clapping and enjoying her performances. She was just an ordinary wee lassie, that's what she was.
Next, we show how Britain's Got Talent brought child stars back to the talent show roller coaster.
I didn't like it. I loved it.
But it hasn't always been an easy ride.
That was one of those awful moments. The producers are screaming in Ant and Dec's ears, she can't sing again.